Hello everyone and welcome back to Farming Simulator 15 with your host Hardtruck1. Hello. So got some good news. Um got some good news and got some really good news. Well, the good news, just the regular good news is I found a couple of forestry vehicles that we might be able to take and use in our dealings. This one's a little high priced for a chipper. But I think I'm gonna try to squeeze this one in, so that way we don't have to worry too much about having to pull a trailer around or anything. It's already it's already mounted. All we have to do is just have a trailer. Okay. The second really good news is the sawmill came through. We now have $1.4 million. That's a few $100,000 more than what I was thinking they was going to give us. But that means that we can start their contract. That means that we are signed into a contract and we need to start getting going. Yes, I know it's pretty late here, but the store owner has agreed to kind of stay open late so that we can get all of our stuff. Unfortunately for our little green tractor here, that means that her retirement has actually come. So, unfortunately, we have we can't really just take and park her somewhere. I guess I could park her back there. But we really need the space for a lot of stuff. So we're going to go ahead and just wash her up here a little bit. Give her a nice bath. Make her look presentable. There we go. And unfortunately, she's taking a trip to the store. Oop, wrong way. And I know as long as she's been here, I mean, she's worked really hard for us. I mean, she's worked probably harder than any other piece of equipment that we've rented because, you know, of things. But unfortunately, she has, with the equipment that we're going to be getting, she may not be strong enough for most of the equipment. So, so I know it's an unfortunate thing, but we're gonna have to go ahead and just give her up. But what does this mean for us? What does this mean for the farm? Well, like I said, the farm is going to rely really heavily on this to start with. Now, fortunately, and then we're going to try to keep ourselves sustained. Okay, come on. This is the annoying part about the only real annoyance about this map is the fact you can't see where the cell box is. So you either got to be very, very, very close to the thing and offset for a little bit. Alright, we're going to get 60 grand for her. Or 30 grand for her, excuse me. That's nice. That will go on top of the other stuff. Okay, so what do we need? Well, to start with, like I said, we're going to go bare minimum. As much as bare minimum as we possibly can. So we will actually need a chainsaw. I prefer steel, but I guess we're going to have to go with Husqvarna. Okay. Next we need to look in the forestry equipment. Let's look in this one first. Okay, so I put this on here. This is probably going to be for a later concept. So that way we can harvest the trees easier, be able to measure them better. But for now, we're going to skip this. We are going to purchase this guy. And the only reason why I'm going to purchase this one now is the fact that we can utilize it to chip our wood scraps and stuff, and not have to worry too much about anything not being able to chip up. So we're going to go ahead. That's going to be the first big dent in our money. Alright, now we're going to go back to the other forestry equipment. Okay, so we're going to need one of those. So that way we can get rid of the stumps on the ground. We're going to need the timber runner. And the planter. Okay. That's all we need from forestry. Now, we do need, however, to figure out whether we're going to go telehandler or if we're going to go tractor. I think I'm going to stick with my theory of getting a tractor. So let's go actually over here to our Massies. And since we do not need the big Massey now, because we got that chipper truck, we just need a large enough front loader. I think we're going to go with the 6616, and we're going to go with the black edition. And we've already got the front loader stuff. Well, we've got part of the front loader stuff already. We've got the bucket, and we've got the front arms, and we've got the bale fork. And I believe we have just the front loader, yeah. So we're going to actually need two more items from here. First and foremost, we're going to need the log fork. And we're going to need the pallet forks. Now, why do we need the pallet forks? Well, because we need them in order to get the trees. To be able to get to load the trees and stuff up. Now, we're going to go back over here to our miscellaneous. We're going to buy trucks from here. Because I found, and as you can see, I removed all the firefighting stuff. I found, where's Bailey? Okay, so I found the glitch was actually, the glitch or the reason why I got stuck in the truck, the International the first time. The cat bed here is what's causing it. So, because it did it to me on the man truck from in game. So I believe that the trailer, the cat flatbed trailer, has something to do with that. We're going to continue to use the cat flatbed trailer, but I have to remember that if I want to get out of the truck, I have to remember to unhook the trailer before I just get out of the truck. We're going to go ahead and purchase that. That's not too bad. We'll probably need a use for that anyway as we go. Okay. Now we're going to grab the International in blue. Alright. Now, that should be, let's take a look real quick. Whoa. Thing spawns in. That should be the bare minimum that we need. This tractor can also handle the planter and everything. Yeah, that's interesting. This spawns in backwards. That's okay. Does it have a trailer hitch on it? It does. It has a spindle hitch, so... Okay. So, we have the grinder to grind up our logs. To grind up our end logs and stuff when we get them. We have the stump grinder to grind up the stumps after we cut the trailer. We have the log trailer to haul them. We have the planter to plant them. We have a tractor to run the planter and the cutter. Not only that, but also load up the logs into the trailer. We have the log fork and we have the pallet forks so that we can maneuver the logs and be able to maneuver the planters. Now I got the flatbed because of the fact that, you know, the flatbed is going to be a useful item for certain reasons. And then we got our truck here to run both the cat trailer and the log trailer. Now where am I going to store these? Well, I can store most of these out back behind our thing. Another place that I can store them is there is a grass area. That truck looked weird. It looked like a flatbed when it came around the corner. Here, let me just grab the semi and this and the cat trailer, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeesh. Ooh, that's loud. Alright. Not crazy about the camera angle on this. They have it centered on the front, on the center of the track, on the center of the tractor instead of where it should be. Now I had a question. Does this pick up? No, this does not pick up anything else besides what Alright, let's go. I'll run this down and I'll show you what I'm talking about, because I have to. So anyway, what I'm talking about is there's a grass field behind the gates. Oops. Let's see, I gotta go out and around here. And the reason why I'm pulling it through here is because it's kind of hard to go that direction and get into where I'm talking about. So we come in here, turn to the right, come over here. See this area right here with the open gate fence? This area would actually be a good place to take and store stuff. Yes, there's grass and stuff in here. I could come in here with the cultivators, or I could take and rent a cultivator and come in here and cultivate the grass down. But I don't think I have to. Whoa, gotta be careful with that. Pull forward a little bit more. Alright. Drop that trailer there. But yeah, this is where I'm thinking about storing all the equipment for the meantime. Well, we're gonna have to store all the equipment here anyway because I don't have any other place to store it. Other than, like I said, the other place that I was thinking about. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm doing the burpees all of a sudden. But if I come over here, try not to run over those. The only other place that I have to actually store all this equipment is if I go up here. And that's not really as much. Just a second. I'm going to turn the sound down just a bit because I think might be still a little too loud for everybody on this truck. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking is that's where I'm thinking of storing this, or that's where I was thinking about storing it. But I think storing it out there in that one field over there is actually good. You know what? I think not only that, but I think the camera. Yeah, the camera is focused way down there instead of being up a little bit, so that you can see the road, see everything in front of you. Because where the camera is positioned is a little awkward. Whoop. Touch the nursery. Yeah, and then another thing is we'll have to come back to the nursery and load up our trees. Or come back to the nursery and purchase our trees, let's put it that way. Alright. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and just pull this in here to hook up to the trailer. But I'm not going to pull that out until I get this stuff moved. Okay. Yeah, we can just leave the truck running. It's only fuel. Alright. Let's grab this guy. With that truck in there now, we might not be able to get the things. Maybe I'll go like this. There we go. Now we can get that one out of there. Go. Alright, pull this out of the way. And I think this is what I'll do. I'll back over here with the tractor to start with. We'll go get the semi. Semi out of the way. Son of a turkey. Okay, I'm gonna go this way just to make sure that what I said earlier is not gonna be one of those stupid things where it's like, yeah. Oh yeah, it is. It's far enough away that yeah, I could have swung out come back, and gently came through. Duh. Alright. I'm all full of hot water. God, I'm not getting these trailers. This trailer straight, am I? There we go. There we go. Alright, I'm just gonna leave. I think I can leave this one hooked up because this is the vanilla trailer, so. Oh yeah, I can leave it hooked up and get out. Yeah, we don't want that one yet. We want this one. Alright, now we're going to swing this one around. Pick up our thing here. Alright, we'll take this stuff home. We'll grab our front loader arm. I'm just going to cut right across here as well. Oop. Okay. I think this stuff I'm gonna put over here. Put like right up here. You know what? That's close enough. Too close. Drop that there. Whoop. Okay, well, I guess it's going to be that close now. Alright, let's go grab our front loader arm, which is inside here. Didn't turn quick enough. Now, you might be wondering, well, hey, you know, we got a little bit of overkill with the, the amount of money that we got. Well, I kind of think no, because I can always contact them and tell them, hey, you know what, after purchasing all of this machinery, we don't need, this is what we are left with. You can go ahead and take some of it back if you want. We can give it back if you want. Yeah, but until then, hold on. Bunch of junk that's fallen down. There we go. But until I'm actually completely satisfied with the amount of that we've got everything we absolutely need, then I will not relinquish the money quite so quick, so to speak. Okay, so we'll grab the log fork and see if we can pick up the pallet fork with the log fork. So that way, yep, we missed. Pull forward, lower it down. There we go. Hopefully that'll ride. Hopefully that'll ride until we get back to the farm. Like it's doing pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here. We're going to need that here pretty soon. I'm going to put... I guess I could go ahead and put this on the top one, or on the center one. Oop. Okay. Set that one up there. Grab the pallet fork. Okay. Okay. Because what we'll do is we'll just we'll take this guy on or to the now we might actually have a use for the little bale trailer that we started with. We might actually have a use for it by having here. Go ahead and purchase a couple of pallets of seeds. Or actually just one, because it's a... Okay. Should be... Yep, right there. A little higher. Okay. Alright, we got our pallet of saplings. We're going to go ahead and just park them over here. Bring them down here. There we go. Alright, we'll go put the forks up. Or we'll go put the loader. We'll go put the loader up. Okay. We're going to need our front light here. Definitely. Alright. We'll go get, now, you're wondering why I'm not doing anything on the farm right now. I'm just moving equipment and getting this started. Oh, wait, hold on. You know what? I want to cultivate that. I don't have to, but I want to cultivate that just to start with, so. We'll go over here and we'll rent a cultivator real quick. And since we have this big of a tractor, we can actually rent a pretty big cultivator to just do that couple of swipes. Do I have any cultivators over here? No, I don't. So we got to go here and that one's way too big. What's this? 6? This is 8. I think the 8 one will actually Oop, I hit the wrong button. Rent. We're still probably going to rent quite a few. That is not the right one. That is not the right one. We do not want to rent that little guy. We want to rent this guy. Thank you. I was wondering why it told me it was like 30-something bucks to rent it. Alright. Jerk. See, the AI, really truthfully, the AI needs to be redone. I'm going to probably look for an AI mod to see if I can find, to see if anybody's actually reworked the AI to actually work the way it's supposed to. Just like right there. That guy should have stopped instead of having to bump right into me to make him stop. I don't know. I don't know. To me, sometimes it... Alright. Alrighty, so we'll get this. We'll get this in like 3 passes, maybe 4. Then we won't have to worry too much about whether or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant the trees, and then we're going to work on getting rid of these guys. That's kind of also why I got the chippers, because some of these here that are, you know, I don't think we can really get too good of wood a price from them. We're just gonna sell, or we're just gonna chip up. Maybe even we'll either store the chips. We may store the chips, or I may just take and sell them right away. But see, these trees are going to definitely be in the road. 2-wheel drive for the win. I could have put it in 4-wheel drive because this would be a capable 4-wheel drive tractor. Now, I did find that the bank, not necessarily the sawmill, the bank has put kind of a, I should have mentioned this probably earlier when I was talking about the loan, but the bank, there we go. The bank has put kind of a, a request against the trees that we're going to plant. They would like. They said that because of certain things, they're going to, well, not the bank itself, but the government has put kind of a little bit of a stickler on it. So any so what they told me was that we have to, every so often, we have to pay a tax. Unfortunately, I kind of rant and raved about it, but unfortunately the government was pretty strict with it. They said that you know, in order for us to keep doing this business deal, they want compensation. So, well, so unfortunately, anytime we make about $50,000 from the trees, and it doesn't matter what byproduct it is. They said it's any byproduct basically of the trees. So whether it be taking it to the sawmill, or going to chopping it up for things. So anytime we make $50,000 off of the trees, they want us to pay a $5,000 penalty because, you know, I guess it has to do with something with the Forest Service, I guess. Or the Forest Service itself is actually penalizing us for cutting down the trees, which is kind of weird because it's, I mean, they're grown trees. It doesn't, or they're trees that are designated to be cut down and thing. It's not like I'm going to, well, I am going to cut down a few trees, but it's not like I'm going to go to the forest and just, you know, clear cut the entire forest just to make a profit. But yet, that seems like what the Forest Service is doing. It's like, or thinks that I'm going to do. It's like, oh, you're going to go into the forest and you're going to cut down all the trees. Like, no. I'm only cutting down the trees that either has been contracted to me or that has been that I have planted to cut down. So I also got it in the works that the guy that owns Field 5, he's having the downgrades, so we may see if we can use some of this money to purchase his field. I talked with the person that gave me the loan from Sawmill. He said that would be okay. He said it would be okay. He says he asked if maybe we could utilize that field to do where the heck am I going? I'm going the wrong place. To do some trees on it. And I said, yeah. I says I'm not going to be using it right away because I got quite a bit of stuff that's we've got quite a bit of stuff that's already that's already in the works for right now. So I told him, yeah, we could as soon as I get the field bought from the person, we could start with a load of trees there. But for right now, we're gonna go get the other field, our actual designated field, for our supplement crop. We're actually going to get that one started first. Everything. Alright, so we'll pull up next to here. We'll hit R. Okay. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this guy right here, right along the edge. What am I missing? I have to get out and do something with it. Oh, there it went. Huh. Weird. Anyway, what I was saying is, that trailer is either sliding or I didn't pay attention to where I parked it. I think the trailer's sliding. Anyway, so we'll plant this one. Okay. Blowing up out of the ground. I think what I'll do is I'll just eyeball about a tractor width between. Like so. So it kind of looks like this field is almost like a 2-pallet field. And what did we buy that single pallet for? We bought that pallet for about $1,000. So this field right here would probably require about $2,000 worth of stuff. I'll go look and see. There we go. Alright. So that works. Alright, the next step we'll have to do, I think, and then thinking here. The next step we'll have to do in the next episode is we'll go over, and I think we'll just go ahead and cut those 3 trees down because they're kind of in the road. The one up here at the top will probably leave because there's no real reason it should actually go bye-bye. But I think we're doing good there. All right. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, in the next episode, we'll actually take those trees down. We'll get set up and ready for the thing. I'll see what the owner's going to do with that other field, with his field there. And I'll either have that one... Oops, shut this off. I'll either have that one purchased. I need... Oh, yeah, that's what I needed. The chopper. Ooh-wee. About out there. Whoa. Ooh. Loud sucker. As loud as the other tractor. Semi. Yeah. But we'll see what that other owner wants to do. I think we're pretty well set up. I think we're pretty well set up for the moment to start doing some thing. Like I said, I'm gonna probably just go ahead and chip these fields over here, or those three yeah, those over there. So we'll we'll get them done, and we'll just throw them in the chipper here and not worry about it. But until then, this is Farming Simulator 15. I'm Hardtruck1, and I will see you in the next episode. Laters. Bye.